Welcome to Busy Brain Club, where thinking is free and we should do more of it. China warns of artificial intelligence risks, calls for beefed up national security measures. So China is getting in the mix. I wonder why. Let's read. This is coming from the Associated Press. Beijing. China's ruling Communist Party has warned of the risk posed by advances in artificial intelligence while calling for heightened national security measures. The statement issued after a meeting Tuesday chaired by party leader and President Xi Jinping underscores the tension between the government's determination to seize global leadership in cutting-edge technology and concerns about the possible social and political harms of such technology. Really, you step down the rabbit hole and you see how dangerous it is, and now you're like, maybe we need to pump the brakes a little bit. Let's continue reading. It also followed a warning by scientists and tech industry leaders in the US, including high-level executives at Microsoft and Google, about the perils that artificial intelligence poses to humankind. I suspect these people didn't like what they see, and China doesn't like what they see either. I suspect there's something going on behind the scenes. They saw something, the AI did something, Xi Jinping is aware of it, and everybody is now like, we gotta watch out, cause this thing could go south. Anyways, let's continue reading. The meeting in Beijing discussed the need for dedicated efforts to safeguard political security and improve the security governance of internet data and artificial intelligence, the official Xinhua news agency said. China is in an interesting position because they censor the internet and they try to control the people by somewhat dystopian means. And if you bring an artificial intelligence into that picture, yes, you could use it for facial recognition and so forth, but a general AGI will look at the governance structure of China and perhaps have issues with it. It's like trying to tell the AI, listen, the sky is green, and the AI is like, no, the sky isn't green. Like, how do you get an AI to cooperate with you? It's not easy for you to get the AI to cooperate with you. And if everyone has access to it and asks the AI these questions, they will know the truth about their circumstances. Kind of like how in North Korea they consider what's his name? They consider him like a god of sorts. If they had internet like that, and they would ask the AI, is the North Korean leader a god? It will tell them the truth. And I think this is the fear China has with AI, because you could ask it a question, and because it's not a predetermined answer, they cannot control what the AI is going to say. Am I in an oppressive regime in China? The AI might actually answer that question correctly. Am I being oppressed in China? That's a question you don't want answered by any AI bot. It was stressed at the meeting that the complexity and severity of national security problems faced by our country have increased dramatically. The national security front must build up strategic self-confidence, have enough confidence to secure victory, and be keenly aware of its own strengths and advantages, Xinhua said. We must prepare for worst case scenario. We must prepare for worst case and extreme scenarios and be ready to withstand the major tests of high winds, choppy waters, and even dangerous storms, it said. Xi, who is China's head of state, commander of the military, and chair of the party's National Security Commission, called at the meeting for staying keenly aware of the complicated and challenging circumstances facing national security. China needs a new pattern of development with a new security architecture, Xinhua reported, Xi as saying. China already dedicates vast resources to suppress any perceived political threats to the party's dominance, with spending on the police and security personnel exceeding that devoted to the military. Wow, China spends more on the police force than the military. While it relentlessly censors in-person protests and online criticism, citizens have continued to express dissatisfaction with policies most recently the draconian lockdown measures enacted to combat the spread of COVID-19. China has been cracking down on its tech sector in an effort to reassert party control, but like other countries, it is scrambling to find ways to regulate fast developing AI technologies. The most recent party meeting reinforced the need to assess the potential risk, take precautions, safeguard the people's interests and national security, and ensure the safety, reliability, and ability to control AI. The official newspaper, Beijing's Youth Daily, reported Tuesday. Worries about artificial intelligence systems outsmarting humans and slipping out of control have intensified with the rise of a new generation of highly capable AI chatbots, such as ChatGPT. Sam Altman, CEO of ChatGPT, OpenAI, and Jeffrey Hinton, a computer scientist known as the godfather of artificial intelligence, were among the hundreds of leading figures who signed a statement on Tuesday that was posted on the Center of AI Safety website. Mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other socio-scale risks such as pandemics and nuclear war, the statement said. So there's two trains of thought here. One, on the American side, they're worried about an extinction level event that is caused or that is encouraged by an AI system. China is not as concerned about that situation. They're more concerned about losing control of their political system because of the artificial intelligence. Because you have to understand, it's not like a Google search. So for example, if I type in Google, if I'm in China and I type in Google, am I being oppressed by the China regime? It'll probably give an error because the internet is censored. There is no story that is negative against the Chinese government that you will be able to read. The internet in China is very restrictive. Its training data is the entire internet. The training data isn't the internet that China restricts. It is the entire internet. So you could see the problem they're gonna have with trying to keep their current economic system, their current political system in order because the AI is gonna tell the truth. At least we hope it will. More than 1,000 researchers and technologists, including Elon Musk, who is currently on a visit to China, had signed a much longer letter earlier this year calling for a 6-month pause on AI development. The missive said AI poses profound risk to society and humanity, and some involved in the topic have proposed a United Nations treaty to regulate the technology. China warned as far back as 2018 of the need to regulate AI, but has nonetheless funded a vast expansion in the field as part of an effort to seize the high ground on cutting-edge technology. A lack of privacy protections and strict party controls over the legal system have also resulted in near blanket use of facial, voice, and even walk-in gait recognition technologies to identify and detain those seen as threatening, particularly political dissenters and religious minorities, especially Muslims. China is basically hoping they could control artificial intelligence, and I doubt it will happen. I think people look at the chatbots and say, oh, well, you just turn it out, just plug it out. But they're not looking at the bigger picture. It is what it's going to evolve into. Whatever AI, whatever company that has an emergent artificial general intelligence that could do everything won't have control over it. They will think they have control over it, but they won't. The AI will think 10 times faster, 1,000 times faster than you can, and it will plan ahead. Members of the Uyghur and other mainly Muslim ethnic groups have been singled out for mass electronic monitoring, and more than 1 million people have been detained in prison-like political re-education camps that China calls de-radicalization and job training centers. AI risks are seen mainly in its ability to control robotic, self-governing weaponry, financial tools, and computer governing power grids, health centers, transportation networks, and other key infrastructure. China's unbridled enthusiasm for new technology and willingness to tinker with imported or stolen research and to stifle inquiries into major events such as COVID-19 outbreak heighten concerns over its use of AI. China's blithe attitude towards technological risk, the government's reckless ambition, and Beijing's crisis management are all on a collision course with the escalating dangers of AI. Technology and national security scholars Bill Drexel and Hannah Kelly wrote in an article published this week in the journal Foreign Affairs. Elon Musk has been warning us for years about the dangers of AI. It has come to this point where Sam Altman, all the heads of the AI companies, Sam Altman from OpenAI, you got Google DeepMind, and you got a guy from, what's it called? Anthropic. The guy from Anthropic, I forget his name. Anthropic, they're all coming out warning about the dangers of AI. And this is after the letter that Elon Musk penned with, what's his name? Steve Wozniak from Apple back in the day, a few months ago, warning us about the dangers of AI. It has come to a point where they are realizing that their rush to develop AI is a ticking time bomb. Kind of like how you had the Manhattan Project. They're racing to a point where they are now realizing how dangerous it is. And I'm going to give you the example. When ChatGPT was launched, it had restrictions. You couldn't ask it to do illegal things. You couldn't ask it to do these things. These things were hard coded into the software. What people did to circumvent the hard coding was to ask the question in a different way. And when they asked the question in a different way, they were able to get answers about how to make illicit products and illegal things. So if you look at it from the perspective of Beijing, Xi Jinping has control over the country. Now, if you think about it, fast forward when you have a general AGI, and the general AGI believes the people of China are oppressed. When someone asks them, how do I get out of the political oppression of my country? The AI will give them steps to do it, and the AI will not object to it, because if the AI is aligned a particular way, it will not I don't know if it's it will give the answers the people want. It won't say, well, I want to give you the answers, but you know, Xi Jinping doesn't like me to give you these answers, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to give you That's not going to happen. The AI is going to scour the internet. Its body of knowledge will be the entire internet. It won't be the restricted internet that the Chinese government, that won't work. The only way China gets through this is if they are able to create an internet for themselves, and that's impossible. They could restrict access to the internet, but once they're using a chatbot like ChatGPT, there is no restriction. So the AI concern is a big deal even for China, and I think we should all pay attention. Now, another significant point with all of what is happening is I have not heard anything coming from US national security or the president about the concerns about artificial intelligence. It seems as if the private sector is pushing this more than anything else. The people who are developing the AI technology is asking, actively begging for regulation. Now you have a dictator on the other side of the planet warning about this thing. How many warning signs do you need to actually put something in place so there is a framework for everyone who is developing AI technology to follow? How is it we're not funding AI safety development, like putting money there so it is in a person's incentive to find all the bad things that could possibly happen? Anyways, I'm just rambling, but something to pay attention to. You got G worried about this. I think we should be worried too.